Hello everybody and welcome back to another Quin's Coins live stream. Tonight we have a super duper special guest. We're going to have Dustin Morgan from Coin Opp on tonight. We're going to have a little bit of an interview going on with him, and I have a bunch of questions planned out here, and I was actually just talking to him. We've been talking for 10 or 15 minutes before the stream even began. I couldn't even get away from him for a second. I was like, man, I got to start the stream. We got to get going here. But he's waiting right now. So why don't we just go ahead and without any further ado, let's bring on Dustin Morgan from Coin Opp. Dustin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing excellent, Quinn. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for coming on tonight. It's a real pleasure.
Thanks for having me, man. I think it's awesome.
So to begin, I just want to get a little bit of who you are, because I'm sure that while most of the people in this chat probably do know who you are, you're one of the biggest coin channels on YouTube. Who and what is Coin Opp?
Well, Coin Opp, first of all, when I started Coin Opp, which was a bunch of years ago, was just trying to find an easy, catchy, quick name, because I think long names people forget. They don't know how to type it in. Well, originally it was going to be Coin Opp, like OP, but because that's plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
But there's about 100 different channels all about pinball machines, all called Coin Opp. So I just added an extra P, and nobody had that name. So that's kind of how Coin Opp got.
So was it supposed to be like coin operated, or like you're operating the coins?
Coin operation.
Coin operation. You know? Okay, I like that.
As an operation to teach people what is valuable in your pocket change.
Right. Okay. And you started how long ago?
Wow. I've had my YouTube channel since 2009, but I didn't upload a video until a little over 3 years ago, I believe.
Okay, so still quite a long time in YouTube time, at least.
Well, I didn't even have over 700 subscribers until about a year and a half in.
Okay, so you've seen
a while for it to even pick up.
Some pretty fast growth in the past year.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It was all started with one video that just went viral. Got 1 million views in a month, and that put me on the map.
Which one was that?
I'd have to look it up. I think it's like top 10 coins or something in pocket. I'd have to look. I don't know it off the top of my head. I've got a couple hundred videos, 300 or 400 videos on there.
Yeah.
But
lots of
no, that video, and the funny thing about that video is, in my opinion, it's one of my worst produced videos. The audio quality in it is horrible. I just got a new microphone and didn't know how to set it up with the computer, and I didn't have a pop filter. I didn't have to me, it's just one of my worst videos, and that's the video that took off.
I think that happens a lot, and the funny thing is that people don't really care about the quality of the video on YouTube. They care
the content, it's the message behind it. Yeah.
They want to be drawn in by the thumbnail, and they want to be drawn in by the first 15 seconds, whatever it is.
I actually try to stay away from using catchy thumbnails. I usually just let YouTube pick my thumbnail for me.
Yeah, I've noticed that on your channel. I was like,
I try not to do the catchy thumbnails, and I try not to do the super catchy titles. I want my titles and my thumbnails to literally reflect what the video is absolutely about. I get frustrated when I'm looking for videos and it'll have this thumbnail, and I think I'm going to see that in there, and it's not even in there. That drives me up the wall. I try not to do any of that.
Yeah. I mean, clickbait's can be annoying, but
well, like your thumbnails are really cool. I like your thumbnails. Your thumbnails all deal with what's in your video, and they're cool. Justin does the same thing. His thumbnails all relate to what's in his video.
Sure.
I appreciate that because you actually spend time to do that. But I just.
Yeah, I mean, when you're uploading like once a week, or maybe even only like once every 2 weeks, like I do sometimes now, I try to make every aspect of it as good as I can. Because I'm going to put in all that time, then you may as well.
Well, I know I appreciate it. I love seeing a well-produced video.
Oh, well, thank you. So, tell us about this profile picture. We actually have it on screen. If you guys check right here. This is your profile picture, and I've seen this a million times, and I always ask myself, what is wrong with this coin, or is it two coins? What is going on here?
Which one? The bonded coin, the main one that I use?
Yeah.
There's two coins that I use as a profile picture. The number one is a bonded pair of Lincolns, which is one of my all-time favorite mint errors, and it's when two coins get bonded and fused together inside the striking chamber, and they're almost never get out of the mint because it's an obvious big blob of crushed coins together. The only way that those kind of get out of the mint is in the big mint sewn bags. So they're really hard to find. When you do find them, They sell anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 a piece, but I absolutely love them. I don't own a single one either. I wish I did, but they're just a little too pricey for me.
Yeah. So this has been your profile picture, and I've been wondering that for a long time.
That's been my profile. That was the very first picture I ever uploaded to YouTube.
Very nice. Yeah.
And then the other one on my videos, it's my watermark. It's actually a hobo large cent.
Okay.
It's a large cent that has a skull carved into it.
Gotcha.
And that's my watermark.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great stuff. And the thing about your channel is that, so my community is sort of, we do like coin roll hunts, we do the treasure hunting
absolutely.
and stuff. We just kind of look for different types. You know, I'm looking for buffalo nickels and V nickels. I'm not really looking close at the coins. And I get a lot of criticism for that. But you, on the other hand, are looking very closely at the coins.
Yes, I'm looking extremely closely at the coins. Probably way too close to the coins. But no, I am. No, I say this a lot in videos. Everybody collects differently. Like, you like to coin roll hunt, and you like to look for buffalo nickels, V nickels, wheat cents, Indian heads, silver, all that stuff. Well, that's awesome. You found a hobby that you love, and you're able to share that with people. That's wonderful. So the people that give you criticism about that, ignore that. But everybody does it differently. I thoroughly enjoy sitting down with a bucket of pennies and just spending hours searching them. That makes me happy. I absolutely enjoy doing that. Other people drive them up the wall. So everybody's different.
That's me. I mean, I collect copper pennies. I don't know if it's smart or not, but I do it.
I think it is. They're worth more than a penny.
Yeah, but they're so cumbersome. I mean, they're huge. Takes a long time to do. I guess it's just a fun thing to do. I don't know, but I have a ton of them, and I keep saying one of these days, I'm gonna look through them. I don't think it's ever gonna happen, though. To be honest with you, it's gonna be a long ways down the road. But if you ever want to come on down and give me
I was gonna say, if I'm ever near your area, I'll come by and search them for you.
Actually, gets me to an interesting question. Do you find more errors in the zinc pennies or in the copper ones?
I hate the zinc pennies with a passion.
Gotcha.
I cannot say. I wish we never went to zinc. And the reason is, there's a couple reasons I don't like the zinc cents. One is the plating. It's such a fine plating coat, and they get gas bubbles underneath. When zinc gets exposed to air, it starts to rot and corrode.
Yeah.
So if any kind of air gets underneath that gas bubble, it starts to rot out, and you get those gas bubbles. You get the zinc rot in it. And those gas bubbles and that zinc rot throw people for a loop. I get images every day of things that people think is a die clash or a double die or a repunch mint mark. It's nothing more than gas bubbles or zinc rot. So they drive you. I hate the zinc. I really do.
Okay.
I wish we never went to that. I understand why we went to that. We needed to save money.
Right.
But at the same time, they're just so poorly made. If you take a zinc penny and go put it in the ground for a year and dig it back up, half of it's going to be gone. That doesn't happen with a copper penny. I mean, it'll corrode slowly, but not like that.
Right, yeah.
So I prefer the copper Lincolns.
Okay, but there are still some actual errors in the zinc pennies.
Oh, there's some good ones. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the zincs, you've got, with double dies, you've got some high-dollar double dies. Your 83 double die reverse, your 84 double ear, your 97 double ear, 1995 double die, 1995 D. You've got the wide AMs, the close AMs. Your 2015 DDO-006 is a really strong one. That's a good one.
You're like speaking a different language right now. I can't even. I mean, I sort of know what you're talking about, but man.
But there's a lot of good error and varieties, especially varieties with the zinc cents. There's a lot. The 2009 formative years Lincoln cent, there's hundreds of different double dies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's just a lot. There's a lot. So, on one end, the zinc I don't like, but at the other end, there's a lot of good varieties. So I still search them.
Yeah. Is there any coin, because it seems like you said, there's hundreds of varieties on certain coins. Is there any coin that doesn't have any variety whatsoever? Sure.
There's a few of like the 1970s Lincoln cents that don't have any known double dies or repunchment marks. Some of the early ones, like, in the early 1912 through 1918, there's some that don't have any known varieties, or none that are listed. At least there's probably some out there, but sure, it can happen. Yeah. It's kind of rare, but yeah, it can happen.
So it's rare not to have something rare show up.
There's usually something. With varieties, I even look for the minor varieties. And when you're looking for the minor stuff, like a doubled eyelid or polished off FG on the reverse or something like that, if you're looking hard enough, you're going to find something. So
sure. But then it's sort of, for me, I mean, we'll get to this a little bit more later, but for me, it's like you're teetering on the edge of this becoming a job rather than just being a hobby, right?
Well, it became a job for me a long time ago.
Okay, so that's fair. It's like it's very much a hobby for me at this point. But yeah, no, I can see like, and some people will even consider this a hobby to actually look at coins. They'll put them under the microscope just like you do, and just in their free time, and that's totally fine.
Let me change how I have it worded there. When I coin search, that's still my hobby. I still love coin searching with a passion. But the rest of all the coin stuff it became a job. I was a contractor most of my life, and then a couple years back, coins started making more money than being a contractor. So
right, yeah,
I'm doing coins full time.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the coin searching is still my love, and it's still my hobby. I still coin search excessively.
And when you say coin search, I think you probably mean more than just coin roll hunting, right?
Well, pretty much it's coin roll. I buy boxes
really?
and go through the rolls, and then sometimes I don't ever have change that's not searched in my house, because anything that comes in my pocket, I look at it. But I'll have friends that will bring me jugs of coins and sit down, and I'll go and search their stuff for them. If I find anything, I put it in 2x2s and give it to them. I don't make anything off of it. Just like doing it.
Yeah, I was thinking about like going to coin shops and cherry picking and those.
Yeah, I do that as well. I do that as well. Okay. Oh yeah, I love cherry picking. I haven't been cherry picking in a couple months actually. No, about 2 months. Man, I gotta get to a coin shop.
I find that really crazy though, that coin shops, you'd think that they'd be the experts, but it sounds like you're more of an expert than the coin shop guy.
Well, you got to think about it on different levels than just that. Coin shops, basically what it is, people like you and I, that we reach a point in our coin career that we decide we want a physical location, and we open one. Well, like if you were to open a coin shop, you haven't spent all the time looking for error and varieties like I have. So you would know your major ones, all the popular ones, but the minor stuff, you're probably not going to go. You're definitely not going to go search for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, if I had a coin shop on the other end, I would definitely be looking at everything. And then you also have to keep in mind that some coin shops get very busy. They don't have time to look at that stuff at all. I know Steinmetz Coins here in York, Pennsylvania. They have a location here in York and one in Lancaster. If you go in that store, they're only open a few hours during the day, but from the time they're open to the time they close, there's a line of people in there.
Wow.
You got to wait just to talk to somebody.
Wow, okay.
Like they're a very, very busy, high-volume store, and they have really, really nice stuff. I love that store. So if you're ever in York or Lancaster, go check them out. They got a little bit of everything. They're awesome.
For sure. So do you go in there and spend a lot of time looking at coins like under microscopes, or do you just like take a wild guess and say like, I think that might be something, you'd pull it out?
Well, when I'm cherry picking, there's different ways to cherry pick, but typically like a store like Steinmetz, I won't go into a store like that to cherry pick just because it's so busy. There's so many people that if you ask to see something, they only have so much time that they can deal with you. I can't sit there all day going through their stock, looking at everything all fine. So basically, if I go in there, I'm going in there and like, hey, I need 1,000 Indian heads, or I need a bag of buffalo nickels. And that's what I'll buy, like a bag of buffalo nickels and bring them home and search for something.
Man.
But, I buy the calls. I love calls. The dateless buffalo nickels and the calls, the junk ones. I like to buy those to search for missed things. And you'd be amazed at how many missed things you find in them.
Like a date on a...
I pulled a 1913 Type 2 S
out
of one of them, and it was a G4, but it's still a couple $100.
Yeah.
Got it for 10 cents.
Nice.
It's worthwhile to me. So, things like that. But, so I go for smaller stores where they don't have a whole lot of people constantly in there, and I try to be very respectful. I used to not let a coin dealer know that I was cherry picking. I would just ask to see stuff. But as time went on, now I let them know what I'm doing. And I'll come on in and I'll looking at stuff and I'll be like, hey, do you mind if I look through all of this? I like to look for error varieties. 90% of the time, the dealer's like, yeah, have at it. And they'll pull it out and, take the time and let me look through stuff. Every now and then I'll get a dealer that's like, I don't really like that. And I'll respect that. I won't cherry pick their shop. But,
There was one, because I don't do a whole lot of silver purchasing, but I think last year I went in to purchase some silver, and you know, just junk silver half dollars, you know, Franklin's, Walkers, things like that. And I asked to pick them out rather than just, you know, him giving me some, and he gave me a really weird look. He's like, what do you want to do that for? I was like, well, I like to look for certain dates, and he really didn't want to give me that, but eventually.
Yeah, it just depends on the dealer. Every dealer, just like every collector, is different.
Yeah.
And I've heard horror stories from people in the air and variety world that have walked into a dealer with, you know, a double die, and the dealer kind of laughs at them and sends them out of the store. Well, that's a dealer that doesn't deal with anything like that.
Sure.
I hear that stuff all the time, but
Yeah.
it just varies. Dealer's no different than any collector. They have their likes and what they want to buy and sell and what they don't want to, so it just depends.
Yeah. All right, why don't we go ahead and get into a little bit of your experience with coins, because I think most people on YouTube see you as sort of an expert in the field. So how long, I know you said you've had your channel since 2009, didn't start uploading till about 3 years ago, but you've been collecting for longer than that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Most of my life.
Yeah, okay, so when did you actually get started in collecting?
When I was about, it all started, actually my mom will tell you differently. My mom will tell you that when I was a little kid, I used to go around the house and collect all these pennies, and I put them in sandwich bags and keep them in my closet. But I think as a kid I was obsessed with pirate treasure, and I think that was just like my fake treasure spot. I don't think I was collecting coins. The first memory I have, though, of being interested in coins, directly across the street from where I live at the York Fairgrounds, my father is a disc jockey, and he had to do a live broadcast at a coin show at the fairgrounds, and he took me with him. And while he was there was like a basket with a bunch of Indian head cents, and at the time they were only, I think they were like a nickel or 10 cents a piece, and he got me $1 worth of them. And I had these Indian head cents, and I loved them. To this day, they're still my favorite coin. I love the Indian head cent. But in about a week's time, I think I either lost every one of them or swallowed them or whatever little kids do. But that started my love, and I started collecting coins, and I've been collecting ever since. Now, I didn't get into error and varieties, though, until probably about 12 years ago when I came across my first double die. And a coin dealer explained to me about a double die, and that started a whole new world for me.
Sure,
I went nuts on that, and I still am. It's all that I study.
What was the double die?
Well, the first one that I found was a 1964 Kennedy double die verse DO-001. So it was a Kennedy $half double die.
Gotcha.
And then the second double die I ever found, and it was the first one I ever found coin searching, was a 1995 double die verse.
Okay. Cool. Very cool, yeah. I have another friend named Dustin who has also been on the channel. He's a bank teller. He told me a story about how he found a 1955 double die coin roll hunting when he was like 17. And
lucky man.
I think that's the only one I've ever heard of. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I have one for you. It's not mine. I was in Jim Dimmick's coin shop down in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Jim Dimmick Coins. And Jim Dimmick, he would buy wheat pennies, and he has a basket, well, not a basket, it's a box sitting there that he pours them in. And you can either come in and buy wheat pennies by bulk, or if you just want to buy a couple, he'll let you go through it right there at the table and pick out what you want.
Okay.
Well, one day, Troop Master came in with a Boy Scout that wanted to get into coins. So he got this kid a pound of wheat pennies out of there. Jim weighed out, sold it to him. Well, me, the Troop Master, and Jim were all talking, and this kid sits down at the table, and he's coin searching. And the kid found a 1922 plain right there in front of us, which is a super rare Lincoln cent. Found like a $2,000 coin just right there at the table.
Wow.
Right? The kid was probably 8 years old, 9 years old. Found it. I was like, geez.
And he was just looking in his book, and he saw that's a pretty rare one.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, look at this.
Yep. Wow.
Jim's like, that was in there? And he started going through his wheat pennies looking for more.
Wow. That's really great. There's a lot of good stories like that. What is it about coins that interests you?
A lot of it, well, there's two things. One, I love the stories and the history behind how a lot of the designs of our coinage came. And I like a lot of our older coinage. I love, like, some of our earlier cents would have stuff on it like mind your own business. I like knowing that was the mentality of everybody. Mind your own. Do your own thing. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
I mean, they thought of that so much they put it on a coin. But or like with the Indian head cent, Lady Liberty. It's not a Native American. That's Lady Liberty wearing a Native American headdress.
Yeah.
And at the time, people were pissed off about that because at the time that was seen as a female wearing a male warrior's headdress, and women weren't supposed to have anything like that. So that coin kind of caused a little bit of controversy. So things like that I love. I love the stories behind a lot of the designs. But the other thing that I love about it, and this is why I love errand variety coins, is the idea that you can make money off of money blows my mind.
Yeah, and that's actually sort of parallel to like the whole cryptocurrency thing going on right now. You can make money off of money.
Yes, absolutely.
Going back to what you said about the Indian headdress thing, that's kind of weird on a couple of levels, actually. I mean, even in today's, it's like, why is Lady Liberty, as like an American symbol wearing this Native American?
Well, during that time, they were working on Native American relations.
Right, so that's why they have the buffalo nickel.
So, yeah, that's why you have the buffalo nickel. But the Native American on the buffalo nickel, he was designed after 3 different Native Americans. And the buffalo on the back was, I forget the buffalo's name, but it was an actual known buffalo that was here in America. Just like the eagle on all of our coins was designed after the eagle that lived at the Philadelphia Mint. People don't realize, like, everything on our coins have meaning.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's cool.
Even the eagles on all of our coins, that was literally designed after the eagle that lived at the Mint. So, it's just cool. I don't know. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But no, like with Lady Liberty, that was Native American relations. And then the designer, he modeled Lady Liberty off of his daughter and Venus. So he basically immortalized his daughter on a coin. I always thought that was really cool.
And when was this?
Well, the Indian head cent came out in 1859. I believe they had the patterns out in 1857 and 1858. So 1850s, 1860s.
Actually, that gives me a good question. What is with the flying eagle penny? Why did that only last for like a couple years? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. Typically, if a coin, if it only lasts a couple years, the people just didn't like the design typically. Okay. But I'm not too sure on that one. I'd have to look that up. I really don't know. I love the design of the flying eagle, as a matter of fact. I think it was a beautiful coin. I wish they had it more years than just the 2 main years. And then technically the 1856, even though they listed in the books, is actually a pattern piece. It's not a circulation piece. But, But the 1856, that's the rare one.
Yeah, right. All right, so like I said before, I'm more of a coin roll hunter that just goes through looking for certain types. I look for wheat pennies. I pull anything out that's obvious. And if I see something that I think is an error, it's probably going to be an error because I don't look very closely.
Yes. You look for the obvious errors.
Yes.
Clipped planchets, blank planchets, off centers.
And I've actually found a couple of blank planchets now. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I found quite a few of them. I found one a couple weeks ago in a Coinstar.
Oh, sweet.
I've never found anything in a Coinstar, ever. Yeah. And I was with a buddy of mine. We're walking by a Coinstar, and he said, "Oh, look, there's a coin in there." And I pulled it out, and it was a blank planchet. And I was like, wow. The chances awesome. First coin I ever find in one. It's a mint error.
Yeah, I was just at one today. I checked this Coinstar in a Kroger, and man, it just gets sniped. Someone's killing it over there. Can never find anything. I was
at the grocery store earlier today, and I found 6 cents in one. So I've now found coins twice in a Coinstar.
Yeah. All right. So sort of what I was getting towards is something that I want you to do right now is try to convince me to get excited about errors.
To get excited about errors?
Yeah.
It's not too hard. Well, I'll tell you right now, recently I just had a person just a couple weeks ago find a 1969S double-die verse Lincoln cent in pocket change. And if you don't know what that is, basically she found about $40,000 for a penny.
So this actually happened?
Yes. Yeah. I'm in the process of helping her get the coin graded, and it'll be written up in magazines and all that. Couple of my last videos were on her coin.
Okay. Well, The good thing about that is, like I said, I save all copper pennies. So every 1969S, whether it's a double die or not, is in a box.
It's in there. You never know. But if you think about it, in your pocket change right now, you could potentially have a coin worth thousands of dollars that you don't even know about, that you've got for face value.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't convince you, then I don't know what does. That's enough to convince me. Just knowing that things like the 1982D small date or a 1969S double-die verse is out there, or 1992 close AM, something that's worth 10 grand or above just sitting in your pocket, That's enough for me to search.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, there's so many things to know about. I mean, how did you end up acquiring such a knowledge of these coins? Like, you can just name them off the top of your head, which I think is super impressive, by the way.
Well, I have an ability to retain lots of information. I don't know how or why. Over the years, it was typically really stupid trivia. And I could just recite the weirdest things. And I still do. I know a ton of ridiculous facts that are just pointless to know. But I like studying. I love to study things, and especially science, physics, and space. But coins is my main area of study. So once I found error and variety coins, I bought every single book that I could find on the topic, studied every single one that I could, and then the first website that I ever came across was Copper Coins, which is owned by Chuck Daltrey, coppercoins.com, and the only varieties that I had known prior to that were what was in like the Cherry Picker's Guide or Strike It Rich with Pocket Change.
Yeah.
I had no idea that there were literally, like, for the Lincoln Cents, there's close to 3,000 known double dies just for the Lincoln Cent series. Like, I had no idea all those were out there. So I come across a website like Copper Coins that lists as many known varieties as possible. Well, from there, I had to find the other sites like Variety Vista and DoubleDie.com and Brian's Varieties and Vam World, and you name it, I found them all.
Okay,
but,
so
just study. I just study,
Sure.
excessively study.
Yeah.
And I don't have any sitting here. Yeah, I do. But everything that I'm studying or researching, even if I know it off the top of my head, when I'm preparing a video, every bit of information gets written down as if it's like I'm doing an essay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think from seeing it, reading it, and writing it over and over and over, it really ingrains it in you.
Oh,
so,
yeah, no, I know writing is a great way to get things in your memory. It sounds
but
like
I have countless books just filled, and it's all from videos and research.
It sounds like you have a really good process to build up a memory, which is awesome. You know, I just got this Cherry Picker's Guide a few months ago. I got the one with just the pennies and the nickels in it, and I'm just realizing now that how limited that book actually is. It's like I thought that had everything in it, and all of a sudden I find out there's thousands of different types of.
Yeah, that's what's same here. When I had the Cherry Picker's book, I was blown away to know all those existed.
Yeah.
And I had no idea about all these other varieties. Now, most of them are very minor and only worth $1 or $2 or a couple bucks. But still, I like knowing about everything. Because when I'm looking through coins, if I have a pile of coins, if I'm already taking my time to look at it, and it might be worth $1 or $2, I'm definitely going to pull it aside. I've already spent my time. I want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to know about them.
It's just bizarre how many things there are out there. But again, for me, that's just like so overwhelming. But it sounds like the way to go is just to start with the books and just slowly build up from there and continually, increase your knowledge.
I'll tell you right now, between Cherry Picker's Guide and Strike It Rich with Pocket Change, having the two Cherry Picker's Guide books and Strike It Rich with Pocket Change, the combination of those books, you have all your main varieties covered. All the stuff that's really worth money is covered in those books. Exactly. So as long as you have those, you're on the right track. If you want to get into learning the more minor stuff, well, there's other things, other references for that. And definitely websites, very easily accessible, free.
Yeah. That's a really cool thing as well, is just how much information there is out there now, with people like us giving away free information through our videos, and then just online there's so many resources. So
well, actually, speaking of that, when I started Coin Opp, if you were to ever go back to some of my first videos, each video is only about one particular variety. I don't do like a couple different varieties or whatever. It's each video, and they're real short. It's just covering one variety. Originally, what I wanted Coin Opp to be was a setup to be like a video guide, like Coin Opp, Variety Vista, and Double Die. Is basically I wanted all the varieties in their own video, so you could just use it as a video reference to physically see it instead of. That was the original concept, but it went a whole different direction.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure you're happy with the direction.
Yeah, I love the direction the channel's been going. I got to get back on track with live streaming. That's been this whole past month with the move, and then I've had a lot of everything that could go wrong this past month has go wrong. Let's put it that way. I mean, I was just telling you, I even had one of my credit cards compromised last night, right before I was supposed to live stream, which killed my live stream because I was on the phone for hours taking care of that. But I mean, it's just been so. I'm trying to get everything back on track, but man.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get there with the new year at least, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I know after the new year everything's going to 100% calm down.
Sure. So. Yeah. 2018's got a lot of good things coming for the coin community. I can feel it.
I feel it too.
Yeah. So actually, I heard, speaking of books, we were talking about the Cherry Picker's Guide, Strike It Rich with Pocket Change. I've heard that you've written your own book. Is that true?
Yep. Yeah, I did. Currently, you can find it on Amazon. I'll have to pull up what it's called now. But Kyle, we combined both of our books into one. Let me pull up the Amazon thing real quick. Just 1 second. But yeah, I wrote a small guide, and it's just, it has some of your major varieties, but it's more of a guide with a lot of the more popular minor varieties that you don't see in the other books. And so it's kind of like Cherry Pickers or Strike It Rich with Pocket Change, just with different varieties that you wouldn't normally see.
Okay.
Other ones.
All right. So you worked on this with another person, and you said Kyle?
No. I wrote my own, which I self-published.
Oh, okay.
And that sold out pretty quick. And then
nice.
We took the digital copy, and it's called the Coin Searcher's Guide, Turn Pocket Change into Profit. And Kyle, he wrote a book on basically collecting in general and then on currency. So we just combined his book with my book, and now it's one book between me and Kyle.
Okay. And is this available online, or is it something physical?
It's on Amazon right now.
Okay.
It's the Coin Searcher's Guide, Turn Pocket Change into Profit. It's on Amazon. They've got a paperback and a Kindle version on there.
Sweet. So for everybody watching, consider it Christmas present. Something you can go out and get for somebody in your family. If you want to get them into coins, it's a good way to go.
Now, I do have an idea, though, with all of the people that help with Coin Opp, like a lot of the Coin Opp admins from Facebook. They're all full-on experts, and I haven't really talked about this with them, but I think it would be really cool down the road if all of us combined wrote a book, like a real thick, full encompassing book on like all the air varieties that we could think of.
Yeah.
I think cool. It'd be a lot of work. But,
that'd be crazy amounts of work. But it'd just be like your one-stop shop sort of thing. You just buy that and you don't need anything else.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. But
that'd be awesome.
I don't know. It'd be a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of Facebook questions coming in right now, so I want to go ahead and take some questions from the chat, and I think they're all for you. So this first one comes from Katie Armstrong. She says, "What is your favorite coin that you own?" And I know this is a tough question, but
okay, my favorite coin that I own, grab it, is right here. This is an 1873 Indian head cent. This is a closed 3 Indian head. This is an 1873 closed 3. This is a double Liberty variety.
Okay.
The Snow 1 is what it's listed as. But this is the double Liberty. This is one of the highest dollar double dies for the Indian head cent series. But it's my favorite one. I have never found one coin searching because they're super rare. I mean, they're worth, very fine condition. They're like a $16,000 to $20,000 coin.
Wow.
So, So I got this one. This isn't a G4 condition. The only way that you can see the doubling on it is on the lips and the nose. You can't see anything on the headband because the headband's totally gone. But you can match up the rest of the doubling on the profile. So I managed to get one, and I actually traded some error coins for that with another member in one of the coin forums.
Cool.
So I felt I did really well because the coins that I traded, I found searching. So I had a couple pennies invested in them.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, but that's my favorite coin, the 1873 Double Liberty Indian head cent, and I have one. It's just very, very low grade. Someday I'll have a nice one, but
yeah, it's really cool that you have that right off the top of your head. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to come up with one favorite out of so many that you have, but yeah, that's cool. Here's another question that comes from Y Daydreamer. He asks, what is the rarest coin that you have, and what is your advice on starting a YouTube channel?
Okay, well, that's the rarest coin that I have on the top of my head. I wouldn't know offhand. I know the rarest one that I've ever found. I don't have anymore. I sold it, but I found a 1964D double die reverse dime that there's only 5 known examples of. I found one of those. Or no, 7 known examples. Mine was number 7.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
So that was like the rarest coin I ever owned. But this is one of the rarer ones, of course. And I've got a few others over there that are really rare, but off the top of my head, I don't know. With starting a YouTube channel, I think my biggest advice that I could ever give anybody starting a YouTube channel is if you think you're going to make money within your first year on YouTube, you're not. So don't jump into YouTube thinking you're going to make money immediately. It's something that takes a lot of time and a lot of work. You really have to build what you're doing, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
You get out of it what you put into it. So
and
one of the biggest things that I hear from people when they find out that I'm a YouTuber is, oh, that is so cool. I was thinking of starting a channel. I was thinking of quitting my job and just jumping right into it. I'm like, whoa, do not do that.
Yeah.
So you go start a channel. It's like work it like a part-time job, but don't quit your job and jump into YouTube. It's very, very hard. I believe I read somewhere that on YouTube, only 1% of YouTube channels ever get over 100 subscribers, and only 1% of that 1% ever get over 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So to be over 1,000 subscribers, you're in the top 1% of the top 1% of all the YouTube channels on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's tough to get up there. I mean, how long have you had your channel? It's not easy to get a big subscriber base.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube since November 2015 on this channel anyway. And actually, I think right when I started this channel, I did start uploading. Funny story though, I was not about coins at all in the beginning. It's just sort of happened that way. And you can still see some of my early videos. They're just not about coins at all.
I have multiple YouTube channels. This isn't Coin Opp's not the only thing I do on YouTube. So
yeah. But I'm thinking, I should probably definitely separate the coins from the other stuff. And I'm probably going to make those private. So if you want to see those old videos that I did, you better watch them fast.
You better do it now. Yeah. You better go there and watch them now. What kind of videos were they?
Oh, just whatever. I mean, I made vlogs, little short films. I really like to do the short films.
Your short film. I love filmography. I really wish that when I was your age, I went to school for film instead of business. Because the more and more I do this stuff, the more and more sucked into film and audio I get. I mean, I have like 4 or 5 cameras sitting here right now, all kinds of microphones. I've got a 32-track mixing board sitting here. I don't even need any of that, but I have it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, and the sound quality is great, by the way.
Well, it's getting there. I still have some tweaking to do. I've got some other microphones that will be coming, better quality stuff, but I need that for other projects. In 2018, I have some film projects that have nothing to do with Coin Opp that I want to get involved in. So
yeah, it's cool to be able to have time to do stuff like that. If you're just
it'd be nice. I might not have time for it though, unfortunately, but hopefully I will. But I doubt it. We'll see.
We have another question here from Ishan, the Savage Coin Roll Hunter. He asks, "Did your dad collect coins?"
No, my dad did not. I'm the only one in my family that collects coins, except my youngest brother Ben's son, Landon. When he was about 4 or 5, I started giving him coins, and to this day, he'll still keep coins. I mean, he's only 9 now, but I'm the only one in my family that collects coins. Now, recently, though, my mother started collecting state quarters, so I guess we got another coin collector. And over the years, I found this really cool. My brother Jesse, over the years, anytime he would visit me or something, I'd give him a coin. And I didn't know that he was keeping them. And I was giving him higher dollar stuff in case he ever needed to sell it or something. Not that he needs that. He makes great money. But I always think about that stuff. Like, he doesn't collect coins, so if I'm going to give him something, I think it should be something that if he ever finds himself in a jam, he could go bring it someplace to cash in on. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was doing. Well, I gave him a 1972 double die inverse type 4, which is the rarest out of all the 72 double dies, and it's the most valuable. And a couple months ago, I gave that to him like 10 years ago. I was over at his house, and he goes, "Hey, is this worth any money?" And I was like, "Holy, yeah, it's like a $1,500 coin." He's like, "Oh." And he put it back in his box and put it away, and I was like, "You still have that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have everything you've ever given me." He's like, "Oh, well, that's really cool. I didn't know that."
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah.
But no, as far as I know, I'm the only collector in my family.
Yeah, most of the people that I know just had it in the family. I know I did. My dad collected. His dad before him. The whole thing. That's how I got started. I did metal detecting before any of this stuff. This was just sort of a winter thing to pass the time.
Metal detecting is so much fun. I love metal detecting.
Do you ever upload metal detecting videos? No. Just trying to keep it on topic.
I haven't been metal detecting in a while. Now, Kyle on the Writing Errors YouTube channel, Kyle has some videos of gold prospecting.
Yeah.
Kyle has been one of my best friends throughout life. Now he's down in the Carolinas. He's a part of Coin Opp, and but we used to gold prospect all over the Carolinas together. So there's videos. My dog is trying to make a nest and just knocked my lighting over. There's videos of us metal detecting, looking for gold or whatever.
Yeah.
But
good old days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a whole bunch more Facebook questions, but we're gonna hold off on them for a second and jump into another a topic here. Sort of I want to look into the history of coin channels on YouTube, because as far as I know, you've been here longer than anybody else. That's currently.
A couple that have been here longer than me. Like I think, but JD Coins. There's a couple that have been on there longer than me. I'm trying to think of them all off the top of my head. There is a couple. There was only a few when I started my channel that I knew of.
Yeah. And they were just, what kind of videos were they putting up at the time?
Just regular coin videos, like just showing off different coins. Nothing too special. I don't think anybody was coin roll hunting yet or any of that stuff.
Right, yeah.
But it was just kind of normal. So let me see if I can find any of them real quick. I think I have some subscribed. I don't know.
Yeah, I know JB.
Blue Silver, JB Coins, They were both there. And there's one that I'm missing. JD's Variety.
Right, oh yeah, he's been here for a while.
Now, JD's Variety, he does talk a little bit about coins, but that's more of a metal detecting channel than anything. But
yeah.
JD was really cool. Even when I was a small channel, I reached out to him, and we did a little, like when I only had like 1,000 subscribers, he was already over 50,000, I think, or close to it. Mm-hmm. And we did a small collab thing. I mean, he was just a really nice guy.
I think I actually remember that. You know, I know the way he does collabs, he'll just take your whole video and play it for you, basically.
Yeah. But it was weird because he like contacted me. I approached him, like I sent him a message like a month ago, like a month prior. And then just out of the blue, I got a message like, hey, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, let's do something. And it was just really cool to work with. He's a really cool dude. So I've been subscribed to him for a while, but he's really cool. But yeah, there were a couple that were out there, and it's just regular coin content, not like what you see now, but you know. And then of course, PCGS and Coin News had their channels still up, but
yeah, sure,
it's the same content that's kind of there now.
I'm sort of wondering what, if any, channels were your inspirations to make a YouTube channel. Like, why make a YouTube channel out of your hobby?
Well, okay, Kyle and I were making videos. We were making goofy short videos. We started a channel called Easy 101, and we were making how-to videos that were absolutely wrong. Like everything that we were showing you how to do something was not correct, but we had the correct outcome. You know, and it was just a joke.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of these videos, and nothing ever happened with it. And I was sitting there, and I was talking to Kyle one day, and I said, you know, what does it take to make a YouTube channel actually get views and be popular? And he goes, well, you know a whole bunch about coins. He goes, if you were to just talk about that stuff, he goes, that's what you know and what you do. He's like, that people would watch that. And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. And he helped me build the channel. Like he's the one who put the idea in my head, and we went with it. But that's how it kind of started. Is we were just goofing around making YouTube videos, trying to find something that worked, and he's just like, you know, what does work is people doing what they know about, and you know about coins. I was like, you're right. And that's my other advice for people. If you want to start a YouTube channel, whatever you're passionate about, that's what you need to do a channel about. If you're passionate about something, it shows. When you talk about it, it shows. And energy builds, energy and excitement builds. So if you're passionate, everybody else feels that, and they get sucked into it, and they get joyous when they're watching it. So that'd be my biggest advice. Just do what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Talk about what you're passionate about. And the other thing is with YouTube, the people who watch YouTube don't care if you're pretty, and they don't care if you have a nice voice. They care about your content and what you're talking about. So if you're self-conscious, don't be. Just go for it. Literally, don't let anything, if you think you're overweight, if you think you have weird teeth, that I don't care, just don't let that stop you. Just do it.
Yeah.
All it takes is just the balls to put yourself out there.
I think something that I would add to that is don't worry about the quality of your equipment. Like you said, you've built up this huge arsenal of really great equipment, but you didn't start like that.
I started with a cell phone.
Yeah, exactly. So
I started with a cell phone, then moved to a laptop, and I think I just used a laptop for about a year and a half. And once the channel started growing, then I decided it was time to start getting equipment. And I started with a microphone. This microphone right here, I recommend. This is a toner. You go to Amazon. This microphone with arm, the whole setup is less than $30, and it's an awesome microphone. It's great ratings, great everything. So you can find all the stuff that you need to have a really great sounding and looking YouTube channel for next to nothing if you think about it.
Yeah.
You don't need any of this fancy special stuff. You don't need a $10,000 camera. All you need is a $30 webcam and you're set.
Yeah, and the camera and all that stuff is only maybe like 10% of the equation. Really what matters is you and your passion, like you said, if it shows through.
Passion, yeah. And the camera, the microphone, that's really not even important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I had another question for you on the whole history. Have you met anyone in person that you've met over YouTube?
Sure. Robert Lawson, his wife Flordelina. I've met a couple people. Met some fans. Danny, who lives here in New York. That's how he found me, was from YouTube.
You ever do
About once a week, comes over and does coins. I even had him on one of my live streams. I found him from YouTube.
Nice. You ever think about doing like a fan meetup or something like that?
I would love to do something like that. Right now, I don't have the time for it, but hopefully in 2018 we could do something like that. Something else is in 2018, I would like to go maybe for a month or two and take everything on the road and do like a big coin circuit. Try to get around the country and meet people. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Do you have a lot of fans out on the East Coast?
I guess so. I mean, I have fans all over the country, and it seems like more and more they're branching out more than just the United States. I mean, I've been getting emails from people in Colombia and people in England and just various countries. To me, that's mind-blowing. I think it is so cool. Got an email from a gentleman in South Africa who collects United States coins.
Wow.
Cool stuff, yeah. I mean, it blows my mind that these people, send me an email and I get to meet fellow collectors from around the world. I love that.
Yeah, I just got a little taste of that too. I have a letter over here somewhere that I'm going to open tonight from Hong Kong. It's like, what?
Oh, see, that's really cool.
It's like,
that is cool.
And, I don't know who it is. They haven't showed themselves. They haven't said that it's theirs or not. So it's like a mystery letter. No idea what it's going to be. But
that's really cool, though.
Yeah.
From Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. So we've seen a huge evolution in the coin community in just the past probably 6 months, I'd say. Things have really picked up. Everybody started doing live streams. There were even debates over, who has what live stream slot and stuff like that. Things have gotten really crazy, and growth has just been exponential. Well, for me, it's been sort of linear because I've slowed down a bit. But how long has the coin community as we know it today been around?
Well, the coin community has been around longer than we've been alive. Sure. As long as in America people have been collecting coins, there's been a forum or something of some bit, or a collectors group of some kind. So coin communities have always been around, but the way the coin community is now is kind of a newer thing. I mean, prior to everybody being online and having computer access, you did local clubs and all that. And a lot of people still do local clubs. I encourage that. Of course, meet local collectors, but now everything is streamlined. It's all online. All your references are right there. All your information's right there, and you can connect with everybody around the world instantly. So utilizing Facebook, YouTube, any of your online forums, I think it's awesome because you can I've made friends overnight with people talking coins. That blows my mind. These are people I would never in my life get an opportunity to meet or talk to.
Yeah.
So to me, it's exciting. I think it's really cool. I think we live in a really exciting technological time right now, and I think the future is going to be really cool.
I just want to jump in there real quick. Like the first time that I called you, actually, this is the second time right now that we've talked.
Yeah.
And the first time that I called you, we instantly started talking like we were friends because we already knew each other from videos.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That's bizarre.
I feel like I've known you for years.
That's so bizarre. That's so crazy. And, you know, people are always saying, like, oh, it was better back in my day. But it's like, things are great right now. There's so many cool opportunities with the internet and YouTube and different social media websites. So
That's a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's the future. I mean, if you think about it, TV's kind of become a dead technology. It's fading off. Everything's going to computer and streaming, and we're in the right format already.
Yeah.
We're right where we need to be. So
feels good, man.
It does.
So what is the part that you play in the evolution of the coin community on YouTube? What is your specific role?
I really don't know. I know with what I've done with Coin Opp, and I didn't, it all just kind of came. It wasn't like I was trying to do all of it, but I know once I started Coin Opp, people started getting active with comments and all that. It got to the point where I can't keep up with comments. I get too many comments. I can't keep up with them. And I used to try to answer every single comment, and it's impossible now. But from there, I started getting people to go over to Facebook or our forum on the website. And on Facebook, that's where it took off. I know the CoinOp, just the CoinOp group, that's only the discussion group, almost has 6,000 members. And then the CoinOp sales group is around 2,800 members. So
really,
I mean, yeah, so we've networked close to 9,000 people together into just one community. But that's just there. That's just a CoinOp spot. I mean, just through the YouTube, people coming to the live streams. One of the cool things that I've noticed through the live streams, and it's not just through my channel, it's everybody that live streams, is in the chat. Everybody comes in the live stream and they start talking to each other in the chat, and they develop these friendships. If you go to Facebook, you'll see all these people that you'll see in these chats now have their own little group where they're all just in talking and communicating, and all kinds of friendships and stuff are being made through it. And I think it's a wonderful thing. It's just awesome. It's cool to see it. So I know I had my hand with helping get the CoinOp groups going. Now, lately, the last many months, I haven't been anywhere near as active in any of the groups as I'd like to be. I haven't had a lot of time. But people like Christopher Rhodes, Ken Peavy, Amber Pinnell, Brian Cleaver, and it just all those guys, they really do a great job of trying to keep the group just together. So fortunately, I have a lot of really decent people to work with me in those groups.
Yeah, definitely. And so you have Facebook groups rather than pages, right?
Yeah, well, I have a Facebook page now. I didn't realize how important it actually was to have a Facebook page until I started using things like FameBit. I don't know if you've ever been on.
I've used it. It's not been useful to me.
But I didn't realize that having a Facebook page instead of a group is more beneficial to you for things like that.
You know, I really don't know, though, because they both have benefits. Like you said, you get a group together and people can start talking to each other.
Yeah.
With the page, it's sort of all about you. So
yes, and I don't like that. One of the things I try to stay away from is getting into my head over things. I don't want to feel like I'm famous, or I don't want to feel like I'm, I talk coins. I mean, only people in the coin world know who I am. So I try to keep that, so when it's like a page, if it's my page, I feel really vain having my page. Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to be one of those pretentious Hollywood people, and I don't ever want to be that guy.
Well, you are kind of famous, though. I mean, you're on your way up to 100,000 subscribers right now.
Yes, we are. We're on the push.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Just hit 50,000 subscribers, by the way, guys. That was, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
So congrats on that. That's a huge one.
We did hit the 50K subscriber mark, and now we are up to almost 50. We're at 53,400 right now.
Wow. That's awesome.
Another 3,500 subscribers since we hit that mark. Just shy of it.
Yeah. That's really cool. So we have a couple more questions here from Facebook. Minimalist Survival asks, what is your oldest coin?
Well, I don't think I have any of them over there. I think the oldest coin I have would be probably from 33 BC. No, wait, I got one from Herod from 64 BC.
These Roman coins?
No, those ones are Middle Eastern coins, but I've got a lot of Romans. I mean, I even wear...
Oh, nice.
Right here. This is a Crusader coin from 1096 from Sicily. It has the Crusader cross and anchor on the back, but that's a Crusader coin right there. That's from 1096. But no, I've got lots of really, really old. I like ancients. I love ancients.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
got lots of ancients laying around. I don't think I have any over on this side, though. I think they're all in the other room.
This one comes from Z Squared. He says, I worry about condensation on coins during the winter when shipping to be graded. Any advice?
Well, condensation can be a pain with a coin. If you've got your coins, and let me grab something. When you're shipping a coin to a coin grader, typically you're going to ship it in a 2x2 flip. 2x2 flip, if you have a coin temporarily in one of these, it's not going to damage it. And when you're shipping a coin, even if it got a little bit of moisture in there, you really wouldn't want moisture in there. It could still stain it, but you typically aren't going to get a whole lot of damage. So if you have your coin in the flip and you have it nicely sealed up, make sure you wrap it with bubble wrap, tape it up, get it inside of your bubble mailer. You should be fine. You should be, but I don't really think it would be a problem. Yeah. Now, if you were to leave a coin in one of these for an extended period of time and it gets some condensation in there, it will permanently damage your coin.
Yeah. This one comes from Bantley 2002. He asks, have you ever lost or misplaced a coin?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Recently, this was about 4.5, 5 months ago, I had bought from Robert Lawson, and it's very rare that I buy a coin. I don't like buying coins. I like finding coins. So if a coin really sparks my attention and I want it and I buy it, I treasure it. So Robert had a coin that was struck. It was a broad strike that was basically it was expanded out about the size of a quarter, and it was a multi-error coin. And I bought it for $40 from Robert, and it easily had a $100 value though. I took it to a restaurant to show my mother. I was having lunch with my mom, and I wanted to show her this really cool coin. I left it at the restaurant. Yep, and when I came back about it half an hour later, and I asked the waitress, I said, did you find a weird coin in a little 2x2 holder? She's like, no, I know. It's like,
that's terrible. Well,
but yes, I've had that happen. Yeah. I've lost coins.
Yeah.
I also had back many years ago when I lived in Fayetteville, I had a place that I got broken into, and my entire collection got stolen.
Was it big at that time?
Yes, I had over $12,000 in gold alone in that collection.
Oh man! And
they took my whole safe. My whole safe got pried off the floor and stolen.
You never got it back?
Nope. And I learned a very important lesson about renter's insurance, because I didn't have renter's insurance and I was renting.
Gotcha.
So I lost out. I just flat out lost out.
Yeah, it's a bad situation, no doubt.
I also learned an important lesson on not showing people that live near you what kind of stuff you keep in your house. I don't keep anything like that in my house anymore. I keep some stuff, but the rest go, anything high end typically goes to my safety deposit box.
Yeah.
And just so that you guys know, anybody who's a coin person, you have high end coins, go down to your bank. Safety deposit boxes are way cheaper than you think, and you pay them like 6 months at a time, and it is not a lot of money. It's very safe and secure to keep your stuff right there in a vault. You can access it anytime you want to.
So especially if you're doing something like stacking silver, stacking gold, something like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's one from Awesome Wolf 360. He says, "Is there such a thing as a double struck Morgan dollar?"
Sure. Yeah. If you were to have one, though, it'd be worth quite a bit of money. Yeah, there's double struck. A double strike can happen with any denomination. Let me take a look here. Double struck Morgan dollar. As a matter of fact, I will. NG double struck Morgan dollar. Yeah, NGC certified one in 2006. Double struck 1882's Carson City Morgan dollar.
It's got to be worth a fortune.
It's probably worth way more than I could ever afford.
Yeah.
Mint error, yep. 5% off center. Wow. That's cool. It's also off center.
Always learning.
Yeah.
All right, let's get away from Facebook questions for a second here, because we got quite a few coming in tonight, and I appreciate you helping out, answering those questions. Let's move into a little bit of the future of coin collecting. This is sort of our last topic for the night.
What?
This is always on my mind, because I'm sort of worried that as we bring more people into the hobby, you know, of coin roll hunting specifically, they're just going to continue to pull everything good out, and there's not going to be anything left for anybody else. It's just going to be, you know, equilibrium sort of point is reached. So my question for you is, what does the future of coin roll hunting or just coin collecting in general look like?
Well, coin collecting, I think, will always kind of be around to some kind of degree. It's always been around. It used to be called the hobby of kings because at one point only kings could really afford to do it. Mm-hmm. But coin collecting is one of the oldest hobbies. It's been around for as long as we've had coins. So as long as there's coinage and currency, people are going to be collecting coin and currency. So it's going to be around way longer than we are, fortunately. But with the coin roll hunting, though, you really approach a good topic there, because more and more coin roll hunting has become recently very popular, and mint errors and varieties have also become very popular. Yeah. But with the coin roll hunting, like the silver, I know back 10 years ago when I used to excessively coin roll hunt looking for silver, I mean, I'd go to the bank, I'd buy a box of halves. I was guaranteed to find silver, and like at least a piece of silver in every roll. It was really? All over the place. Wow. Yeah, you'd find it left and right. I mean, maybe it was more than 10 years ago. It was right before silver skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. Sure. Silver was at like $3 to $4, then up to like $6. When it was around $6, that's when I was looking for silver. Mm-hmm. Silver halves, and you'd find them left and right. I mean, just about in everything, you'd find silver nickels, silver quarters, silver dimes, and then silver skyrocketed, and everybody started looking for it. Now, if I go and I buy a box of halves, I'm lucky to find even one piece of 40%. It's rare that I find any. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the coin roll hunting will eventually kind of peter off, and only the serious coin roll hunters will stay doing it. Fortunately, with error and varieties, every year that they mint coinage, we've got more chances for more error and varieties. So it's always something to look for.
And those are the most serious of the serious are the ones looking for errors and varieties, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So if that's your thing, then I think you have a lot of years left to be doing this.
Oh, yeah. And I saw your interview with JB3 from up in Canada, and he was showing the plastic currency, and then he was talking about how they did away with like the penny and how they round up and stuff. I know here for years, I think as long as I've been a coin collector, people have been talking about like, oh no, the mint's going to do away with the penny. And again, like this year, I heard people talking about it again. And I saw an interview or an article about the mint, and they have no plans to even talk about that for quite a few years. So penny's going to be here for a while for the United States.
Yeah, I mean, just sort of what I got out of it was that people just don't care enough to get rid of it. Nobody's pushing to get rid of it. It's just
no. Now, if we were still making it out of copper and we didn't have like zinc or anything affordable, we'd probably already done away with it.
Sure, yeah.
As long as it can stay profitable for the mint to be making coinage, they're going to.
Yeah. Here's one just sort of like within the YouTube space, or maybe not even the YouTube space, because YouTube has its problems, and it is possible that we may shift over to different social medias. I know we're already on Facebook and Twitter and all these things, but sort of like in the social media space, is there room for more coin collecting channels?
I think so. I think though, like a lot of things are already kind of super saturated. Like there's a ton of channels all trying to coin roll hunt. Right. You know that you've been coin roll. You're one of the older coin roll hunting channels on YouTube, so you've seen that. But I think some of the markets are a little super saturated, but there's still the coin collecting is so vast, and there's so many different markets to it. If somebody were to make a channel just on like picking out the high MS coins, I think that would do well. I mean, Time Tone Coins has a channel on just toned coins. I think more channels tailored to things like toned coins or high MS or typesets or just some of the different various collecting formats would do really well. So I still think there's plenty of opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, like as the years go on, like when I started, this thing was super niche, like just doing coin collecting at all. Metal detecting was sort of like this broad topic that actually had a lot of people in it. I think, channels like Nugget Noggin and Aqua Chicker were in the hundreds of thousands of subscribers already. Coin collecting was like the branch off of metal detecting. Okay, now
a couple of them watched it, but it wasn't big.
Now we have this coin collecting branch. It's like a big root. It's like a big branch. And all of a sudden now it's like time to branch off in different ways from coin collecting, you know,
Yes,
like you
yes.
said, you know, going with the very, very niche topics. And they may sound super, super duper like super niche, but the fact that we have this strong basis already may actually give rise to, you know, possible smaller channels.
Well, it's those little niches, though, that end up trending and blowing up. I never in my life would I have assumed that making an error and variety channel would ever have 50,000 plus subscribers.
Yeah.
Ever. I think when I was talking to Kyle when we first built this, I said, you know, this is so niche. I said that we're only going to get a max of maybe 10 to 20,000 subscribers, and that's it. Because there's only so many people that are really into this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, boy, was I wrong, because every day I gain, you know, close to 100 new subscribers. So,
you know, it's funny because I think I actually do feel that some of those people are there just for your personality. It doesn't even matter about the coins.
well, that's flattering. Thank you.
And even if they are there for the coins in the beginning, I think they stay for the personality. Like that's what a channel's all about, right?
Well, that's why I like your channel. You've got great personality. That's why I like Justin. Justin's just so energetic. Just watching him, I get excited.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's got their own little thing. I like seeing energy in the channel. Energy builds.
Right. Yeah.
You feel somebody's passion too. So.
How long do you think currency collecting will last? I'm sort of like using a broad term now. Currency, you know, dollar bills, maybe not even that. We might even be into some cryptocurrency collecting.
Well, as long as there's paper currency, there'll be a collector's market for it. But I feel as a paper currency will be something that in the next 40 to 50 years we'll probably see phased out. I think all currency eventually will be currency and coin in the future will eventually be phased out and will all be digitized. I think the cryptocurrency that we're seeing right now is just the very beginning. We're seeing like the baby of the future.
Yeah.
You know, I think all currency is eventually going to be digitized.
I mean, it makes sense. You know, we've already sort of gone that direction.
Everything else is becoming digitized, so it might as well. But I think that'll be the future. I mean, I'll probably be long and gone by the time that happens, but I don't know.
Yeah. And that is, you know, this is something that I've been thinking about within just maybe the last week or so because, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these cryptocurrencies have just gone huge recently.
Yeah, they've gone big time huge.
Yeah. What if you could collect digital currencies? Like, what would that look like?
I don't know. Does
that make any sense?
Yeah, actually it does. I'm sure there are people who collect it because there are a ton of cryptocurrencies out there now. So you could hypothetically collect cryptocurrency. It would be like, I have a Bitcoin, I don't know the other ones off the top of my head, but yeah, I guess you could. I don't know how interesting of a collection that would be, but.
Well, yeah. But like, I was thinking of, you know, coming like a cryptocurrency that has different varieties.
That would be cool.
It's not practical because like the whole point of it is that they're all identical and that's great. Well, but what if there were varieties? That'd be weird.
Well, there could be in the future. I mean, right now, like, we're only seeing it in its infancy. Yeah. So as it grows, who knows? It could very well. You could very well have something like that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical of that because they're like, "What does it mean? It doesn't even exist. It's just this concept." And
that's basically it's always an idea.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of questions that we could go into to cryptocurrency, but we're already sort of over time. Just some general opinions on cryptocurrency. What do you think?
I think people are getting really rich really fast right now, but I think that's going to eventually kind of plateau and stop. I know people talk, like we were talking about before this, about a bubble popping.
Yeah.
I think there's kind of a bubble that's going to pop, but not like the .com bubble. I think it's kind of just pop and level out, and then we're going to see everything grow and expand from there. So I think right now we're just looking at the future in its infancy. We're literally looking at what the future is going to be at the very beginning stages. That's my thoughts and opinions on it. So right now I'm kind of on the fence. I don't really know enough about it to be like, oh, this is super cool, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it is very new, and there's a lot to learn about it right now. You know, that's sort of going to be my thing, I think, because like you said, you know, you were really into coins. You went and researched and read books and wrote down things. Well, that's what I'm gonna do right now, but with this, so it's sort of like
that's awesome.
Different generations. We're gonna
well,
give it a shot.
I also think, and I had said this to Kyle. I was talking to Kyle the other day on the phone. I'm not going to do it because I don't know enough about it, and to be honest, I don't feel like researching about it because I don't have the desire for it. But I think if somebody were to make a channel explaining all the different cryptocurrencies, like fully breaking everything down and just being in depth with cryptocurrency, I think that would be a very successful YouTube channel, like extremely successful right now.
Yeah, there are some out there.
Well, I know they are, but the ones that I've gone over and checked out are super technical. I'm like, what the hell are these people talking about? So
they're not for beginners, really.
No, I'm talking about like the way that you do your videos, the way that I do my videos, the way Justin or Sylvie or any of these people that we know in the coin world does our videos. If somebody were to do videos on cryptocurrency right now like that, I think it would take off like huge. I think that'd get you 1 million subscribers in a year. Yeah,
if you do it right, for sure.
Yep, because everybody wants to know about it. Everybody. Yeah. And the information is so technical, somebody needs to come and break it down in layman's terms.
All right, well, if I want to do that, I'm going to have to figure out the technical stuff first, and because you have to really understand it to be able to say it.
Well, you're kind of in school for that, so I think you'd be the one to be able to do it.
I'm you know, it's very exciting. It is.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just take a few more questions from Facebook, and then we're gonna have to get off because I gotta get to some mail stuff and other things tonight. Thank you for being here once again.
Of course, man.
This one comes from Pamela Lynn. She says, "What camera do you use for vlogging?"
Well, I have multiple webcams. I just use webcams. I used to use a Canon. I forget what it was. It was a nice high-end Canon, but I don't use it anymore. I use my webcams. I have a knockoff 1080 webcam that I got out of China for like $5. I just wanted to try it out, and it works like a dream.
Nice.
Then I've got a Logitech camera that's one of their high-def ones. And then the one that's on me right now is not the camera I meant to be using. This is actually I think it's only 720 or something. But that's an older Logitech. And I've got another knockoff one somewhere.
Yeah. People can't really tell the difference between 720 and 1080 usually, so it's all good.
No. But I know the difference.
Sure, yeah.
When I'm recording, especially when I'm uploading or processing a video and it processes super fast, and I was like, oh, that wasn't in 1080.
Yeah. This one comes from Dustin, or it's for Dustin, for you, from Travis Schaefer. He says, "What is the most common denomination for errors that are easy to spot?"
Easy to spot ones for errors. Well, for errors, easy to spot errors are just going to be like your cut errors, which is a die break or an off center or blank planchet. Those are going to be your easiest ones to spot. But double dies that are easy to spot in years that there are plenty, or repunch mint marks. For repunch mint marks, I strongly recommend 1960D, the 1960 Denver Mint and Lincoln Cent. There's 278 different repunch mint marks for that series. So you've got a good chance of finding a repunch mint mark. And with double dies, my all-time favorite series for double dies is 1972, because there are 24 known different double dies. There's 18 major ones, and then there's a few super minor ones. And even those 18, like majority of them are super minor. But types 1 through 9 are really nice double dies. There's some really strong ones that you can pull. So there's lots of double dies for 1972. And then with wheat pennies, 1936 is one of my favorite years because there's a couple major double dies. There's 3 main strong double die verses, but there's a whole slew of double die reverses that people don't even realize exist. There's a whole bunch of them. So you've got a good chance of finding either a double die adverse or double die reverse.
Cool.
Yeah, so I like those years.
Yeah, for sure. Joseph Stalin asks.
Okay.
What metal detector do you use?
I had used for a while. I was using a White's metal detector. I forget the model number. And then down in Fayetteville, what is it we were using? We had a really cheap Gold Buddy that we'd use in like creeks and stuff, just because we got it for like $80. And then we had these MTX. What were they? Oh. Well, we had one of the gold pros, and then there was another model that we would use. But the problem that we were running into in the area in North Carolina that I like to gold prospect is on my friend Nadine's gold mine. She's a 4th-generation miner on her property, and she owns hundreds of acres, and it's all gold-bearing land, and it's still an active gold mine. So she lets me go out there and just go pick around her property. And the problem that we have out there is there's so much iron in everything that you just get hot readings everywhere. Everywhere that you scan, it registers gold, and you dig, and all that you find is a chunk of rock that it's just heavy in iron.
Yeah.
It drives you up the wall in that area. So.
Yeah. Sounds frustrating.
It is. Like her whole area, her whole entire land, anywhere you metal detect, you just get hot reading after hot reading after hot reading.
Yeah.
So.
I guess I'll answer it in case anybody doesn't know. I use the Garrett Ace 400. I just think it's a good.
Garrett's are great metal detectors. I like the Garrett's a lot.
Yeah, it's a quality economy machine. I think it's like $250 or something like that these days. Just one more question for you. This one comes from JC Will. He asks, how did the extra leaf appear on the 2004 Denver Wisconsin quarters high and low?
That's a really good question. The extra leaf actually also matches up with the dime that has a similar impression on the face. So it's kind of speculated that it is a man-made error. Basically, it was done by a mint employee is one of the speculations. But
Dang.
I don't know. Don't truly know.
So you're saying that the mint employee did that?
Well, there's a dime. There's a I forget the year offhand, but there's a Roosevelt dime that has a very similar line. It's not on the face. It's up in the hair. Mm-hmm. It's up in the hairline, and it matches up identical to the extra leaf.
Interesting.
So
maybe just trying to make some money off of a new error.
Well, I mean, mint employees, the mint is very rigorous about what comes in and out of the mint, and you don't want to even attempt to try and smuggle a coin out of the mint. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. There's been plenty of mint-made errors.
Yeah, that would be a really interesting topic to get into, just all the stories from the mint.
Well, there's like the 1874 dot reverse Indian head cent. It's like 1 out of every 3 of them will have a small dot on the end. That dot was put on there by the mint because there was a mint employee they thought was stealing coins. So they marked their coins that were being produced. And when he was leaving the mint, they found those with the dots on them. The way to have them is so they took them off the line. So, I mean, there's stuff like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of really cool mint-made errors that are out there.
That'd be one of my, if I had a coin that had a story behind it like that, that'd be my favorite coin for sure. That's cool.
There's a bunch.
Yeah. All right, that is all the questions that we have. Thank you so much for coming on. This was a really good time.
Thank you for having me, Quinn. It's been awesome. I enjoyed it.
Possibly do another one sometime down the road.
Well, I'd definitely like to have you on Coin Opp at some point. One of the things I want to do with Coin Opp is I want to do every now and then some live interviews. I know Ken Potter already agreed to do an interview, and I've interviewed Robert Lawson and a couple other people, but I'd love to have you on Coin Opp at some point as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I have not been interviewed in a long time, so it'd be fun.
Yeah, same here. This is the first live interview I think I've ever actually done now.
Yeah, well, it's cool. I love doing them, so it was a great time. Really,
absolutely.
Glad to have you on. Guys, if you're not already, make sure to go down below in the link and click that and subscribe to Coin Opp. He does great videos on varieties and errors and all the stuff that you don't see on this channel, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and turn you off now and get to some other things, but thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you coming on.
Quinn, thank you for having me. Goodbye, everyone. Good night.
See ya. All right, guys, that was Coin Opp. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. I had a blast being on there with him tonight. We do have a couple more Facebook questions. Some of these are for me, so I just decided to skip those, and I'll answer those in a second. But guys, we do have a couple of packages tonight. One of them comes from Linda, and then I think I mentioned a little bit earlier in the stream that one of them actually comes all the way from Hong Kong. And this is sort of like a mysterious package that I was really looking forward to getting into. So we're going to go ahead and do that tonight, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and switch up the scenes here so that I am on the correct one. There we go. Oh, and also, once we get through the mail, which should be done by about, I want to say, it'll probably be done in just 10 minutes. I only have 2 packages. We do have a good amount of pennies that probably should be able to last us for the rest of the stream. I don't know how many there are, but definitely enough to last us until midnight. So if you're still here, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me tonight. It's been a great stream already. This is just sort of the icing on the cake. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this mail. All right. So we're going to start with this one here, which comes from Linda. And this is it's a pretty nice sizable package. It's bubble wrapped, so it's got some depth to it, possibly have some coins here. And actually what she told me to do is to open this so that I might be able to possibly give away some of the things that are in here into the chat. So I think I will probably be doing that tonight. I don't know what's in here yet, but we're about to find out. So let me see if I can grab a pair of scissors and get right into this because it's taped shut pretty good, but we're going to go ahead and open her up. So I'm just going to do a little snip, try to tear because I don't want to cut anything on the inside. It's always difficult opening packages. You never know if you're going to tear something. You got to be careful with them. Alright, so it's like a package within a package sort of thing. Nice. Alright, here is the second package. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I know it's kind of rough. Still working on getting that fleshed out, but alright. Wow. Okay, this is really cool. Wow, this is way better than anything I ever did. Holy cow, guys. Take a look at this. What a package. So these are coin necklaces, and you can actually see that they have all kinds of different coins here, and just to name a few, these are the Kennedy half dollars. This one's, I think they're all clad 71, 83, and 73 there. And then in the bags here, we just have a couple of older Canadians. It looks like this is a King George VI, and then we have a young head on the other side there. And then here we have a 1960 nickel, which looks like it's in great shape and almost like a rose gold tint. Very, very cool. And a nice presentation as well. This here actually, it says it's pewter Kennedy, and this one says copper Kennedy. So I think they must be plated with pewter and plated with copper. So all different kinds. Oh, and I didn't even mention the 1990 quarter and the 2000 Philadelphia Sacagawea. These are awesome, guys. She did say that she wanted me to give some of these away, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. This says here, The Doors, Jim Morrison Love Beads replica. That's really cool. I did not grow up listening to this kind of music. I am aware of it though, and I do love it. So that is a very, very cool gift. We also have a letter here, guys, which I'm going to read. It's actually, looks like it's more of an essay than a letter. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if we're going to have time to read the entire thing, guys. But this was actually shipped out on November of the 26th. So yeah, this, guys, the letter is a little bit long. I will actually save that for later, and I might bring it up in a video or possibly on Twitter a little bit later, just like some excerpts from the letter, because it is quite long. But I will definitely read that. Thank you so much, Linda. And guys, I will decide at some point which ones of these I want to give away, so that you guys can get them, because she was generous enough to give them to you guys. So it was sort of like a Christmas gift. So very, very cool. All right, guys, so we just have one more tonight, and it's going to be this mysterious letter from Hong Kong. This is crazy. Look at this stamp. It says $3.70 to get it here. I could, if you ask me, I don't even think I could tell you where Hong Kong is on the map. Again, taped shut pretty good, but we're going to open this up and see what's inside. Actually a little bit nervous because I have just no idea what could possibly be coming to me from Hong Kong, but if I do have fans over there, that's just the coolest thing in the world. I know most of my fans, I think almost 90% of my fans are from the United States, like 3% from Canada, a couple percentages from the UK, but to have something from Hong Kong, that's just insane. Alright, so it looks like we have, this is probably a wrapped coin, and then I think we have a couple more things in here. Here we have a card, which is written in Chinese, I believe. I cannot read that at all. So I do have some people that I know that might be able to read that, but I know I certainly can't. So we'll have to save that. Here, I'll put it up here in case anybody speaks Chinese. It might not. Here, I'll just put it up here. Take a screenshot if you can speak Chinese and you want to translate that for us and put it in the chat. There it is right there. Let's take a screenshot of that. And then let's go ahead and read the letter. Alright, take a look, guys. Wow, another really long letter. But it is a little bit more spaced out. So I'll go ahead and read this one just because I have no idea what the background is of this package. So I'm just really interested to see what this says. So it says, Dear Ryan. And look, guys, it took over a month to get here too. So that's pretty crazy. Dear Ryan Quinlan. Hey buddy, how are you? I'm writing this letter just to let you know that I am one of your earliest subscribers when I was at around 2000, he says. Can't believe in just 2 years your channel has already grown to be so big and popular. I'm currently living in Hong Kong and I'm very excited, reckoning that I'm probably writing your first international fan mail. Yes, you are. My dad is British and my mom a local Hong Konger. I have a paternal aunt who lives in Hawaii and is an American citizen. When I was walking around the currency flea market in Naga Ta Kak, I saw this card and I thought of you. I thought of you are the guy who collect other antiques and stuff as well, and not just coins, so I paid a Hong Kong dollars to buy this for you, and so I enclosed the card, which is very related to Hong Kong culture, in this letter, and a 1998 20-cent coin, which is a harder date to find in this good condition in this letter. Hope you would like them both, especially the card. Just if you don't understand the language, web search it. Okay, I will definitely have to get on that if nobody's able to translate it in the chat. He says, since I live in Hong Kong currently, I cannot encounter American coins in daily circulation. So would you please send me a 1909 plain Lincoln wheat penny by replying to this letter? If you have extra ones, which I actually don't even have one for myself at this point. I've never found one coin roll hunting, and I don't usually go out and buy wheat pennies. I anticipate to write more letters to you in the future if I get replies. No matter, you'll only do live streams in the future on your channel or regular videos. You will have my support and love. Keep it up, brother. Yours sincerely, James Campo. Well, thank you so much, James. I really appreciate the letter and the card. I will have to figure out what it actually says, and once I figure that out, I'm sure it'll have a lot more meaning to me. Let's go ahead and see what he said. He said he sent a 20-cent coin here, which is sort of a rare variety. I didn't actually catch if this is a Hong Kong coin or if this is a British coin, because I think he said that he comes from the UK. But let's go ahead and unwrap it and see what we got, guys. Again, this came all the way from Hong Kong, and like you said, you were definitely my first international fan mail. All right, take a look. Interesting shape. So it is a Hong Kong coin. It's a little bit hard to see on the camera there, but it is Hong Kong. And it says 20 cents, 1998. Very cool, very cool. So that is the end of our mail time, guys. Like I said, I still have one letter to read, and I will get to that possibly over Twitter. Like I said, it's like a 2 or 3 page letter. So thank you all for sending me these things. I will definitely have to check out that letter or that card a little bit later. And that is going to wrap up the mail time. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the chat here, guys. Oh, there's my close-up. That's a coin I found recently. You'll see that in a video later. So guys, what did you guys think of 66 people here now? What did you guys think of the Coin Opp interview? That was really cool. And I'm going to be reading the chat a little bit more now. Z Squared's talking about Hong Kong. Is anybody translating that letter for me? I really doubt that anybody actually knows Chinese in here, but it's totally possible. But guys, in case you're showing up a little bit late to the stream and you missed the interview with Dustin, the replay should be up right after this. So once midnight hits, it should only take about 10 or 15 minutes, and the replay of the stream should go up, and you will be able to watch the entire interview, which I think will be just as good on the replay as it was live. So Ken Peavy, he says, see, that's the problem with this new generation of young people. Not enough Doors, Stones, Dead, and Led Zeppelin. Well, Ken, I don't know how we could have all of that. I think, music continues to progress, and people aren't going to be listening to the old stuff as much as they are to the newer stuff. And you know, I think there's a lot of really good music out there right now. But yeah, I never listened much to the Doors. I've heard of them. I just haven't listened too much. But yeah. Everyone, snacks from Half Dollar make you holla dab tonight, and I recorded it. That's so funny. Dabbing was like, we started the dabbing in the coin roll hunting community on this channel, just for the record. But that is really funny. That would be something that I want to see. Joseph Stalin, what's going on? We thought that was really funny when you asked a question. Joseph Stalin, I do notice you. So mobile coins. I've tried a couple times already. Finally got video to work. Okay, yeah, it's time. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's good to see you all here. We actually have 68 people watching now. I think that's like more than we had during the interview. So again, if you missed the interview, make sure to go back and check it out. Oh, did I see JD's in the chat as well? Hey, what's going on? He says he can't stay long. JD, what's going on, man? We just had Coin Opp on the live stream, and actually, JD, definitely reach out to me. Definitely would, you know, be interested in doing a interview with you as well. I think that would be really awesome to have on the channel. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break from the chat and answer those last lingering Facebook questions that came in a little bit last second while I was saying goodbye to Dustin there. So this one is actually for me. It's a question for Quin. This one comes from Hunting Freaks. What is the most silver you found in one box? So if we're talking about half dollars, I think I found 6 40% and 1 90% in a single box. I think that was my best. I've only hunted probably 15 or 20 boxes total. And then if we're talking nickels, I've gotten three war nickels out of a single box, but I haven't had that in a long time. I have not even had 2 war nickels in a single box in the longest time, which is pretty disappointing. It seems like the silver is disappearing. So Jake Matula asks, and this was probably for Dustin, but I'll go ahead and answer it. He says, "What are your other hobbies besides coins?" For me, I don't really have any other hobbies. It's sort of between school and this, and those just go back and forth all the time. Other than that, I mean, I try to get out and do a little bit of socializing every once in a while. So just that's not really very interesting as far as hobbies go. I do metal detect a little bit. I haven't gotten out nearly as much as I would have liked this year, and haven't made enough videos on that either. But I do metal detect from time to time. That's probably one of my all-time favorite hobbies. Yeah, that's about it actually. I used to have other hobbies. Oh, and guys, I haven't forgot about this. We will be giving away some of these. I'm still deciding on which ones exactly to give away. Why don't you guys go ahead? I'll put it down here, and you guys let me know which ones you would like. Because, like I said, Linda was being extremely generous and gave these to me to give away to you guys. Of course, I'll probably want to keep at least one for myself. They are very cool. Definitely better than anything I ever made. You know, if you were a subscriber a long time ago, you probably remember when I was making these out of twine. You know, every time I found a half dollar that had a hole in it, I would make a coin necklace out of twine. That was one of my weirdest periods on YouTube, I have to say, but I did do it. So guys, let me know down in the chat which ones. I think I'll give away 2 tonight. So whichever 2 you think you would want the most, go ahead and let me know. Again, we have 3 different types of half dollars. This is normal. This one is pewter, so I'm thinking that's pewter coated, and then this one's copper coated. And then we have the nickel. Actually, no, these are not necklaces. But then we have a clad quarter and a Sacagawea dollar, which I think that one's really cool. But let me know, guys. Oh, and before I forget, I know you guys have seen it on the bottom of the screen. It says the sponsors of tonight's stream. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of the names there. So Beth Coddington, Silver King, SJ's Mixed Adventures, and then one other which I'm drawing a blank on right now. I just have to wait for it to go across the screen. Go across the screen there. And oh, Viviana. So Beth Coddington, Silver King, SJ's Mixed Adventures, and Viviana, all of these people donated in last week's stream, and that's why they are sponsors of tonight's stream. So thank you to all of them. Links for their channels are in the description down below. Make sure to check them out, especially, well, all of them. Just check out their channels. They all do things, so definitely want to check that out. And if you want to become a sponsor for next week's stream, all you have to do is donate at paypal.me/QuinsCoins, or you can send a super chat, which I will hopefully be noticing for anybody who's sending one. So I haven't missed one yet. I'm going to go ahead and check PayPal real quick right now just to see if anybody has sent. So give me just a second, guys. Alright, it's being a little slow for some reason. Alright, so we did get another donation from Beth Coddington, so thank you so much, Beth Coddington. I will have you in as a sponsor of next week's stream. Guys, if you want to become a sponsor, again, make sure to donate either in PayPal or over just on the super chat, which will show up in the chat so you can see that. Really appreciate that. It helps me out a lot, just with like equipment and to be able to keep doing these streams. It's just a good way to support the channel. So thank you for all of that. Shirl says your PayPal account's compromised. That's not good. That actually happened to Dustin. He was talking about that earlier. So not good at all. Yeah, Z Squared says great show, Quinn. Thank you so much. What's going on, Clash? It's good to see you. He says, I'm having a delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now. Nice, dude. You know, when I was living here in the spring, I used to eat 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch every single day. Clash says, check again. Okay, so Shane Clash Guitars, $20 PayPal donation. Thank you so much for that. I will definitely have you in there as a sponsor for next week's stream. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And also, we got to keep talking about possibly doing a collaboration. I would really love to have you on because there are some topics that we just barely touched on tonight that I really want to go into depth with you because there are some things that I know that you know about that I'm sort of interested in. So would really love to have you on the show. I think it would be a great show, Clash. So thank you for that donation. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Sacagawea coin is definitely the best. I think you're right. I think it's the coolest. Alright guys, so I've had that up for a while. I did promise that we'd do some coin roll hunting tonight, so we're definitely going to get into that. Let me just adjust this a little bit so that we can see. And let me get that glove on because you know these coins can be really kind of disgusting sometimes. Alright, you guys know I wear the single glove to search through the coins. Again, I can't remember how good this box was. It's been a while since I actually did this particular box of coins, so I don't remember like what the pace was like, how many wheats we were getting or anything like that. But so we're sort of going in cold here with these coins. Just gonna see what we can get. Again, like I stated when I was talking to Dustin, I don't necessarily look for errors. I just kind of look for the different types. That's just the way that I prefer to collect, and I know that there are a lot of people out there that feel the same way. You know, especially if you don't have a ton of time to be devoting to this. I am able to get through 2 boxes a week this way, so you know, I do kind of go through them pretty fast. There's a 1959 Denver. I guess we should probably check it for the mule scent like we've been doing in the past streams. So we'll go ahead and throw a close-up there. 1959 Denver. It looks like it's got a little dot in between the 9 and the 5. Is that one of those little dots that that Dustin was talking about? Maybe, but probably not. Oh man, that would have been so crazy if that was a wheat back right there. But just going to be a copper coin for us tonight. See if there's anything else in this roll. Oh, we got a Canadian. Oh, nice. Guys, first roll, and we just struck bird scent. We got the bird scent facing up. You can see that right there. Check this out, guys. You know we love finding these. Bird scent. Nice. So that's the Centennial, Canadian Centennial right there, 1867 and 1967. Take a look. That's a really cool coin. I love finding those, and and sort of set them aside. And guys, we actually just got 2 more donations. We got a donation from Kenneth Peavy and from DBA Morgan Coins. So thank you so much for those. I will make sure to get you in there. And I'll probably put like a little, like you see how this is sort of, it's just like over here it's like a different color. I'm going to get like a little bar in there so that it's not so washed out when it's going across the white part. So I'll have like a better setup. I just had to sort of throw this together because I was pretty busy today. But yeah, I'm gonna keep improving, guys. You know, I'm always spending time on the stream setup, trying to make things look good, so that you can have a good viewing experience. But yeah, that's really cool that we just got a bird sent there. So I'll take it. First roll, and we're already doing stuff like that. I'm just gonna check real quick. Nothing else. All right. So we'll flip back over here real quick and take a look at what we got out of that roll. It's actually pretty good. Oh, missed a copper. I do that all the time. Better to miss a copper than put a zinc in the coppers. That's never fun. All right, let's see what else we can get here, guys. Got a whole bunch of more rolls to go through. Oh, and Dustin says the $5 donation from Morgan Coins. That was him. So thank you, Coin Opp. Thank you, Coin Opp. Thank you, Dustin, for the $5 donation. I appreciate that. And also, you mentioned that you might want to do like a interview on your channel. I would totally be down for that. I would love to be interviewed instead of you know, interviewing for once, because it's actually, you know, it'd be a nice little change up. So guys, we just got a wheat penny here. I saw it come out like that. Pretty common date. I'll go ahead and show you the back first. So second roll, and we got a wheat. It's actually not too bad. Actually, MudSwat was asking me what is the scope I use. If you look up on Amazon, if you just look for a USB microscope, Pluggable is the brand name. It's Plugable. So yeah, if you look that up on Amazon, you'll find it. It's only like 35 bucks, and it's the perfect size for coins, as you can see. Especially like pennies, they almost fit right in the space there. So it's really nice for coins like this. It's just a very simple scope. It doesn't go in much further than this. So very cool, very cool. We're not even through the roll yet though, guys, so we might have more come in here. There's a 19. Oh, nice. We got a wheatie. Actually, I want to show this first because this is something that Dustin and I were talking about earlier. Here, I'll show the wheatie first though. So this is actually interesting, kind of like a reddish toned. Looks like it's like maybe stained a little bit. It's a 1951, so we'll take that. And then I saw this 1969S. Dustin was telling me that he had a contact who found a 1969S double die, which those coins are worth like $40,000. That's crazy. And I told him that I keep every 1969S, but only because they're copper. I don't know how to tell if I have a double. I mean, obviously, if I could zoom in a little bit further, I would know. But from here, I can't tell. And it's, you know, it's not likely. But that's just going to go into the copper for me because I don't think that that's a double die. But yeah, all right. Where do we want to be? We want to be there. Nice. Hey, man, this roll is really pulling through for us, isn't it? Check this out, guys. Just like a couple coins later, we got a young head. Kind of beat up. 1963. We'll take it. What else is this roll going to have for us? It's had a lot so far. 2 wheats in one roll. That doesn't really happen too often. So, interesting. Let's see if this shows up under the scope here. Yeah, okay, that's kind of weird. Kind of like a thick rim and also a little bit off center. See, I'm trying to talk about errors now because I feel like I should know more. I'll set that one aside. Maybe Dustin's watching and he'll let me know if that's something good or not. But it's probably not. Probably nothing. But man, this roll has had a lot for us so far. It's pretty nice. Lots of copper too. Lots of copper. So guys, I know you noticed me drinking a ton of water. I'm just getting over a little bit of a sickness here. Something that's made it just like really kind of hard to talk. But I am getting over it now, so don't feel bad for me. I feel fine. It's just, I need to be hydrating while I go so that I can talk for 2 hours at a time. And also, guys, I saw Kevin. My brother Kevin was here earlier. I don't know if he's here anymore. Hopefully he fleshed out the reason that he wasn't here on last stream. I know I was kind of... It's like, we were expecting him to be there, but he didn't make it. He had something else to do that night, so... Hopefully we'll have him on a stream in the future, and I am going to be going home for the holidays pretty soon here, so I'll be hanging out with Kevin a little bit. Let me pull this up on screen, and hopefully we'll be making some videos. There's a Canadian. Hopefully I'll probably bring a few boxes of coins home so that we can do some competition hunts, stuff like that. Those are always fun to do. 89. The coins are really far away from me tonight. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm in a completely different setup. Man, I gotta tell you guys, it's been a long day. I had an exam at 8 a.m. this morning, and couldn't sleep all night. I was basically up all night. I don't even know what I was doing. I mean, part of it I was studying. The other part of it I was just laying in bed calculating things. Kind of a weird time, and then I had to get up and walk in the winter, sort of like a wasteland out there. The snow was like a foot high. It was before the plows got up to do the paths, so I was trudging through the snow at like 7 in the morning, which, by the way, is very early for a college student. Usually we're getting up at like 8 at the latest, going to bed at like midnight or 1 or 2. That's sort of like a standard day. So having to get up at 6 is kind of a pain for a college student anyway, because it kind of messes with your sleep schedule and stuff like that. All right, what's going on, guys? Am I even on the? Yeah, not really. Hey, we just got a $10 super chat from Catherine. She says, sorry, but I can't use your PayPal. I don't know why. That's okay. Thank you so much, Catherine. I really appreciate that. And we'll definitely get you in there as a sponsor for next week's stream. So thank you. And sorry I didn't notice it earlier, but thank you. I really do appreciate that. Hopefully that will give us a little bit of luck in this roll, because we are not through the entire thing yet. Let's see what we can get. Sometimes you can just tell that it's all going to be zinc. This one's pretty zinky roll right here. So maybe 8 coins, maybe 9. Not too bad. I don't know if we're going to get through all these rolls, guys. I mean, whether or not I do them on stream, I will probably finish them off camera, because I just want to get rid of them, have some more space for other things on the desk right now. But so far we have 2 wheats. They both came out of the same roll, which was pretty insane. See if we can get anything else here. 73, 81, a whole bunch of coppers in this one. But oh, I see a Canadian. It might be old. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. We'll check it in just a second here. Looking like it's going to be like a mid-level Canadian, so like a young head. Where'd it go? Did I lose it? I lost it for a second. There it is. Okay, let's check it out, guys. So not everybody sees Canadian coins every day. This one's a 1964, actually a pretty common young head Canadian right there. It's going to be the last year that they made this particular design. So 1964. I don't know why they put KG there. It supposedly stands for King George, but that ain't no King George. I don't know why they put that there. But we got another young head, so that's good. And there's a different type of Canadian. I don't know what to call those. Getting a lot of these tonight. Like a thick rim. Yeah, it's not really noticeable. Not really worth the trouble right there. Alright. So that's the end of that roll. Got about 7 or 8 copper coins out of that one. Let's see what you guys are doing. And again, we will be giving away. You know what? I'm going to make a decision right now. Alright, so I know you guys love the Sacagawea necklace, so I think I am going to give that one away, as much as I'd like to keep it for myself because it is so cool. I'm going to be giving away the Sacagawea necklace tonight, and also going to be giving away, let's see, what are we going to do? How about this? Let's do the copper half. Let's give away the copper half as well, okay? Alright, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. This is how I usually like to do it. Basically what I do is I'm going to go through the rest of these rolls. Hopefully they end up having 2 wheat pennies, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the wheat penny, and so I'm going to find the wheat penny, and then I'm going to put it up on the scope here, and I'm going to put it up face down like that, okay? So based on the back, you're going to have to guess the year and the mint mark, and the first one to do so for each of the coins will win one of these necklaces. So let's keep hunting, and hopefully we will find a wheat penny. Although unfortunately what that means is that I'm going to have to look for these off camera, because I can't risk showing the front of the coin. Otherwise that sort of ruins the surprise. So I'm just going to look through these sort of in an off camera area, and I'm just going to skim through them really quick to see if I can find a wheat penny. If not, then I'll just have to pull a wheat penny out of storage somewhere and make you guess that way. But hopefully we can actually find them in the rolls. That'd make it more fun. And I'll use this Canadian as a backup in case that doesn't work out for us. So I'll tell you right now, I am getting a decent amount of copper out of this roll. Haven't seen any signs of wheat yet, so I'll let you know when I do. And it looks like we have 44 people watching, so that's 44 people that have a chance to win one of these. All courtesy of Linda, of course, so make sure to thank her if you see her in the chat. I know she watches the replays of the stream, so she'll be there. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to this camera right. No, not that one. This one. So we can talk a little bit while I look through these rolls, and you guys cannot see what I'm doing. I'm hoping we find a wheatie, soon here, because definitely don't want to have to go through every single roll and not have anything. I think we might have one though. I'm looking at a coin. No, really close to being a wheatie. This is actually a coin that Dustin talked about on the stream a little bit. 1960 Denver. Let me know if you guys see anything interesting about that coin. But we will keep looking. Hopefully we'll find a wheat. Just going real quick. Got a 2009. I'll pull that one out. Got some Canadians in here. Ooh, guys. Actually, okay, this works. So in lieu of finding a wheat, we'll go ahead and throw this one up. I'll save it. I'll go through one more roll. If we don't find a wheat there, then I'll throw this Canadian up and see if you guys can guess the date on it. So we'll just go through one more here. And guys, again, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the sponsors of tonight's stream. So Beth Coddington, Silver King, SJ's Mixed Adventures, and Viviana. You guys can check out their channels down in the description below, and you've seen them. Their names have been going across the screen all night, so thank you so much to those people. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm able to do here with all of the streams and having a lot of fun with it. So thank you for supporting the channel. And of course, if you want to be a sponsor of next week's stream, you can go ahead and donate via PayPal or Super Chat. So, and you'll get your name in there for next week. All right, let's see if we can get anything here, guys. Wow, that's an interesting looking one. Guys, it doesn't look like we're going to get a wheat out of here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw up this Canadian and see if you guys can guess this date. It's actually a little bit easier in this way because there weren't as many during this time. So guys, this is going to be for the Copper Kennedy necklace. So whoever can guess the date on this coin that I'm about to put up is going to get this Copper Kennedy necklace. So here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. And let me make sure I have the date correct. Yes, okay. All right, so I'm going to type in the chat go, and once I type go, you should be able to start guessing what you think this coin is. And whoever guesses it first is going to get the Copper Kennedy $50 necklace. So I'm typing it now, and just give me a second. All right, and go. And I know that there's a little bit of a lag, so I'm hoping that this makes sense. All right, so we have a guess from Coin and Card Hobbyist. Let's see. Yeah. Nobody's got it yet. Still waiting. And I will say stop when the first person gets it. So I got it ready. Keep guessing. Keep your guesses coming. First person to guess correctly is going to get the Kennedy copper. Still haven't seen it yet. Some people actually don't know. I mean, there's only a few different dates that this could actually be, guys. But sort of testing your knowledge on Canadian coins right now. Still nobody. Still nobody. That's crazy. Getting really close. Sort of zoning in on the area right now. Man, guys, come on, you know what this, you guys know. It's a very small window for these coins, very small. Still waiting. 1925, there it is. All right. Jefferson Braybrook, you got it first. 1956 is the year on the coin. Check it out, guys. That's one I don't find very often as well. So 1956. Jeff, make sure you get me your address and I will send you that necklace. Alright guys, cool. So let's keep looking, and the next thing that we're going to give away here is going to be this Sacagawea necklace. Check it out. Alright, let's see if we can find a wheat penny to do the contest with. So I'm going to fold this up here. Oh, and by the way, guys, so that was a young head Canadian penny that I just put up there. And young head Canadian pennies are only dated from 1953 up to 1964. So really, you only had 11 years to guess, and you didn't have to get the mint mark or anything like that either. So sort of testing your knowledge there to see who knows is more about Canadian coins. All right. I am going to switch to this view here so that you guys cannot see what I'm doing. Yep, congrats, Jeff. And Jeff, I think I have you on Facebook, so you can just go ahead and message me your address via Facebook, and I will get that to you as soon as I can. Nice little Merry Christmas present for you. Courtesy of Linda, of course, so make sure to give all thanks to Linda. Got all kinds of Canadians in here. By the way, guys, I'm actually pretty excited about that 1956. Like I said, that's not one that I find very often. I have to check my Coins of Canada book, but I don't think that's very common among the young heads. So, guys, we have 6 more rolls to go. That's 6 chances to get a wheat penny. I think we should be in the clear. Usually I average a little bit more than that, so I think we should be able to get a wheat penny out of 6 rolls, but we'll see. If not, like I said, I'll have to go and find one and just sort of make it up as we go. But yeah, all right. Let's see what we got, guys. This is looking promising. We got lots of copper coins in here. Hate to see when our coins are stuck together. That's why I wear the glove, because you never know what's on these coins. It's pretty disgusting, actually. Alright, come on. Give me something good. Oh, that's an ugly Canadian right there. What do we got? Man, imagine if I could find a King George. Then we could do a completely Canadian giveaway. That'd be funny. Alright, we got 5 rolls to go. Didn't get a wheat out of that one. Hopefully we can. Jeff says, I think I had an advantage because I live in Michigan and I find young heads all the time. Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps to know the range of that coin. So, man, lots of Canadians in this particular box. That was sort of like a little test to see who's paying attention on the videos, because I do talk about like the Canadian coins and when their mintages are. I know it's sort of difficult to keep everything straight in your head, but for people who see them all the time, we start to remember young heads are from 1953 to 1964, and then actually, I think King George VI's are from 38 to 52, I want to say. But I'm not entirely sure on that one. Lots of Canadian coins up here in Michigan, so Jeff and I know it. 4 rolls to go, guys. 4 rolls. Hey, SJ, what's going on? Glad to see you're here. We have 50 people watching right now. That's pretty crazy for midnight. But guys, we are just looking through, trying to find a wheat penny so that we can finish up our giveaway for tonight. If we can't find a wheat penny, we'll have to do something else. But I have confidence. That we'll find one. Just got to keep looking. We got 3 rolls plus the rest of this one. That's interesting. Huh. Kind of weird. Wow, okay, lots of copper once again. Not seeing any wheat backs though. Ooh, we got an older Canadian. No, it's not going to be. Alright, we'll put that one in there for a reserve. Just a little more Canadian coin trivia for you. So we have a backup right now in case we don't find any wheat pennies. What's going on, SJ? I haven't seen you in here recently, but thank you for joining us right now. Yep. Oh, you're at the P.O. box. Okay, that's totally fine. I bet you got lots of people sending you stuff right now, SJ. Christmas coming around here. Alright, let's see if we can get a wheat, guys. We have 3 more rolls to go. Lots of copper to show, but not much else. Come on, come on. What do we got? Wow, lots of copper in this roll. Oh, guys, yes, okay, we got it. All right, let me take a look at the date real quick here. Okay, so guys, this is for the Sacagawea necklace, which I think we can all probably agree on. This is probably the coolest one. I really like this one. So this one is going to be a little bit harder to get, okay? So for this one, you're going to have to guess the year and the mint mark correctly in order to win this. So I'm going to put this up here, and when I say go, you guys can start your guesses. So this is the coin right here. So take a look at that back, sort of estimate what you think the year is going to be based on that. And I'm going to go ahead and say go right now. Well, actually, there's a little bit of a lag I'm seeing right now, but I'm just going to put go in the chat, and you guys can start guessing on that. While you're doing that, I'll finish off this roll, and I will check back to see what you guys are saying. Joseph Stalin says 1943. Wouldn't that be something? You guys can see that that is a copper coin. If it was steel, I think that'd be a little too easy. 59, Denver, nice. All right, I haven't seen it yet. Still watching the dates go by. Remember, you have to get the date and the mint mark correct. So it's gonna be funny if we get this one before we get the in a shorter amount of time than the other one, but we're getting close. Haven't seen it yet though. I'm gonna keep watching here. Can't take my eyes off because I don't want to miss it. 1909, wouldn't that be something? Not yet. JD says my guess is a 42p, but if I win, give it to someone else. Sorry, JD. It's not a 42p. We're getting close, guys. 69s. Come on, man. All right, we just got it. Stop. All right, actually, this one's going to go to Coin and Card, guys. Check this out. It's a really weird looking, like a rainbow toned 1948 plane. So Coin and Card, congratulations on that one. You guessed it, it's a 1948. So Coin and Card, you are going to be receiving this prize right here, which we said was the Sacagawea $1 necklace, and Jefferson Braybrook, you're going to be getting the $50 one. So fortunately, those are people who I am like sort of in contact with pretty easily, so I should be able to get their addresses just fine. Thank you all for showing up tonight, guys. We are just a little bit over time. It's midnight 05 right now, and I am about ready to get some sleep. But thank you all, everyone, for showing up. Actually, you know what? Since we're at it, we just have 2 rolls left. We're gonna go ahead and finish those off on camera, and then we'll go ahead and conclude the stream. And guys, I do want to say just one more time, if you want to become a sponsor of next week's stream, you can donate either via PayPal or through Super Chat, and I will have your name sort of going across the bottom like that. Still working on the format of that, but that's sort of what we're doing right now. So see if we can get anything out of these last 2 rolls before we sign off for the night. And guys, honestly, this was probably one of my favorite streams. I really had a fun time talking to Dustin from Coin Opp. Just a really great guy. And like I said, you know, when I started talking to him for the first time, that was literally our second call just now. But the first time we started talking, I had never talked to him ever before, and it literally felt like we were like old friends talking. Like as soon as we got on the phone, it was just like an instant connection because we already know each other, you know, through YouTube and stuff like that. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed having him on. So all right, nothing in that roll, just a few coppers, and we just have one more roll to go through here. So let's see if we can get anything good in there. All right, see you later, Cheryl. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Always love having Cheryl on. Let's see what we got, guys. It's got the last roll. Sometimes last roll brings you good luck, but not usually. All right, we got a 2009 to start out. That's not too bad. And see if there's anything else in here. Push it this way. It's kind of weird. Looking pretty boring so far. Just the occasional copper. Not sure if you could ask for a more standard roll for your last roll in the... Oh, this one might have some potential here, guys. Take a look at that. Nice color on that. Okay, no. 1968. So kind of an older one. Ooh, nice. I'll take that. Look at that 2009 right there. That's in beautiful shape. I'll take that any day. You know what? Especially for the last roll. That's a nice one to get on the last roll. All right. So probably the worst copper yield out of any roll, but I will take it for the last roll, especially with that 2009. So guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight and checking out the stream. I really had a lot of fun, like I said, especially within the first hour and 15 minutes where we did the interview, looking at some really cool mail tonight, and then also being able to give away some stuff to back to the community. So Jeff and Coin and Card, make sure to get me your information, and I will mail those things out to you as soon as I can. For everybody else, all the 47 people watching me right now, I really appreciate you coming on and supporting the channel. Thank you so much for just supporting me. It really means a lot, and always have fun doing these streams, and we'll continue to do them hopefully for weeks and weeks to come. I guess I don't really know what next semester looks like, but I am planning on trying to keep up the weekly stream, and also some videos coming at you soon, so stick around for those. But guys, I am signing off for the night, so thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you all next week.